WZR Radio starts now. You can join us in the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat or call into the show at 518-712-3070. Now, here are your hosts, Ryan Clark and Matt Boone.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the Tuesday, July 10th, 2012 edition of WZR Radio. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours. Talking pro wrestling. We had TNA Destination X from this past Sunday night on pay-per-view. Really, really good show. And then we had Monday Night Raw last night, which, good God. Oh, man.
We had more than Destination X on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
We had what else?
I mean, as far as events, it was a certain co-host's birthday.
Oh
yeah,
that was Monday.
That was Monday. What the hell am I saying? I think I'm a day behind. I'm sorry. Yeah, we had more than a shitty Raw last night. Then that's right.
Yeah, we are.
That's not going to help my next point, which is complaining about the chat title. Do you get to see the chat titles the way you load the chat up?
Happy belated birthday, Boone, you fucking drunk.
Yeah, I did not drink 1 ounce of liquor or beer yesterday or today, and I'm a fucking drunk. You know what? I've been in Clearwater 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I've had the only beers I had was last week during the show. So
that's it. So what? That's kind of a lame birthday, dude. No beers on your birthday? Come on.
It was a depressing birthday. I really didn't do anything. The only person I know down here never got back to me, and I sat in a hotel and stared at the wall all day.
The depressing birthday. It's all right. I got something for you. What do we
got?
WZR Radio Army. We're always here. Cheer Matt Boone up. Guy had a bad birthday yesterday, so let's cheer him up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matt Boone. Happy birthday to you. Wait for it. Dun, 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 dun. Happy birthday, you fucking scumbag.
Thank you, big brother.
So I mean, what Monday Night Raw last night was. By the way, Matt Boone is 28 years old.
28 years old.
It makes me feel old, dude. On August 16th, coming up next month, we're about a month away. I'm turning 32, man. 32.
Make sure to get several weeks of pre-plugging for your birthday in. It's going to be a big event for your birthday. What day does your birthday fall on? Because knowing you, the way you work, and the way everything in your life revolves around work, I bet it falls on a Tuesday.
No, you know what? Usually, I mean, it takes place in August, and normally it takes place right around the time that SummerSlam is on. Like remember last year we came on here on Tuesday night and we did, we did the radio show on Tuesday night because the birthday fell on a Tuesday, and I think it skips 2 days, so it must be on what, a Thursday this year? Is that right?
That's one day, Wednesday. No, I don't know. Here, I'll look it up real quick. The 16th, you said?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
16th would be a Thursday, yes.
Yeah, so we won't be here live, but we can celebrate on Tuesday night, you know what I mean?
Goddamn right.
It's always around SummerSlam, though, dude, because, I mean, SummerSlam always falls in August, and I always have to, it's just work. Actually, tonight it's kind of quiet, man, because we don't have, SmackDown was taped last night. They had you hear about that big fire they had out in Colorado Springs?
I actually did. My brother lives over there now, Steven. Yeah. So,
yeah, I think it was called the Waldo Canyon Fire or something like that. And they had Raw booked in Denver last night, and then they were supposed to be in Colorado Springs tonight, and they wound up. I mean, houses were. I mean, it was crazy. Entire neighborhoods, man. I saw photos on CNN.com. And it was just crazy. Oh, dude, it was horrible. I mean, the nicest houses you can picture, man, almost mansion-like. And they were just destroyed. And it wasn't like, you're out in the middle of a forest and there's a house here or there. I mean, it was neighborhoods, complete neighborhoods of just completely demolished due to this fire. So they wound up donating, WWE wound up donating like $10,000 or something like that. It's kind of cheesy, dude. You know, when they issued, I mean, $10,000, you're a multi-million-dollar company.
That's about normal. I mean, just because you got, that's normal.
They didn't have to do anything. You know, they didn't have to.
I was gonna say, I mean, just for one, no.
They didn't have to do anything, but $10,000, man. I mean, there's so much devastation out there that I don't know, a $500,000 or something like that. It's not like they don't have money to give.
No, that's ridiculous, $500,000.
Oh, come on.
You ran down the weekend, and you didn't mention the biggest pro wrestling show of the weekend, by the way. You mentioned Destination X, you mentioned Raw, which isn't the weekend, but, they're the 3-day thing. The biggest pro wrestling show was on Saturday night.
That's not a pro wrestling show. It's not pro.
That was better pro wrestling as far as the build up than anything I've seen. Hey, Chael Sonnen, as Anderson Silva is making his entrance, is standing right at the door of the gate. This didn't make it on camera. I think you heard about this. I don't know if you did.
Let me cut you off for 1 second. Don't ever compare UFC to pro wrestling, bro. Come on, dude. Seriously?
Well, I'm saying they did pro wrestling better than pro wrestling does pro wrestling because of one man, Chael Sonnen. And as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, quite rudely, I might add.
Yeah.
I mean, just the manners on you are in the toilet today.
Well.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen standing at the cage door where they enter, and while Anderson Silva's making his entrance, and like I said, this didn't make camera, but they announced it they acknowledged it on commentary. Chael Sonnen standing at the door, waving his hands to his chest, like, "Get your ass in here, come get your ass whooped, motherfucker!" Like, he gets it, man. He's so fucking good at promoting fights. It's insane. The fight was done. It was happening. Anybody that bought a ticket's already there. Anybody that bought a pay-per-view's already there. But he's still getting that last minute. Fucking, hey everybody, this is about to happen. Getting everybody jacked up, the last chance to promote it a little bit.
Nobody wants to say it, dude, but I'll say Chael sucks. Chael sucks, bro.
He doesn't suck. Now look at it this way.
He sucks.
Compared to himself, okay, because he dominated him for 5 rounds the last time, right? Now you tell me, Anderson Silva is 15-0 in the UFC, 10 title defenses, never lost a round. Except for 1 round against Dan Henderson until he met Chael Sonnen. And if you saw the first round of their fight, Sonnen dominated that round.
He took him down.
Scored a 10-8.
He took him down, and he won the first round. He clearly won the first round, dude, but he took him down and he was on top of him.
That used to be a huge deal when you're talking about Anderson Silva. Like, somebody actually beat Silva for a round. Like, it used to be a big deal, but because he kicked his ass so bad last time, I think people are overshadowing the fact that the man... I mean, he's got Silva's number. We'll get into it a little bit more. He lost that fight because he tried to get fancy and throw a spinning back fist, and he slipped and fell on his ass like a dumbass. If it wasn't for that, who knows what would have happened.
Chael knows how to. He knows how to sell a fight. I'll give him that, dude. But he sucks. I don't know, dude. I'm not so. I mean, I love the dude. Listen, I love the dude. He cuts a great promo. He sells a fight. Everybody wanted to see that fight. It's probably going to wind up being
the second best middleweight in the world.
It's probably going to wind up being the biggest, UFC event ever in the history.
No, it won't be. UFC 100, not UFC 100. The Lesnar fight, no way.
Well, Dana came out and said that he thought, with pay-per-view buy rates and everything else, that it would be the biggest fight ever in UFC's history.
He said it was trending to be, and everything they based it off of was website traffic. Their website traffic was enormous. It was like 1 million more visits to their website than they've ever gotten. The press conference was more viewed than any press conference. The weigh-ins, but as far as the buy rate, it might break 1 million, but Lesnar's fight, I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think that Lesnar UFC 100 fight did like 1.6 million pay-per-views, and this is not going to do that, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good show, dude. The only thing I missed, and like you said, we'll get into it later, man, because we've got to talk Destination X and everything else, and Monday Night Raw. I don't even, I don't want this show to turn into like a bitch fest in hour number 1. And I got nothing good to say about Monday Night Raw. You guys saw my Facebook.
If anybody does, you're better than me because, I've got a column like we mentioned the last few weeks that I have to write the top 5 moments of Raw. And I wrote it last week, and I got so much feedback because they're not conditioned. Like our fans, our army, they're conditioned to hear me be like, yo, this show sucks, wrestling sucks nowadays, blah, 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 blah. But like I'll be the first to admit when something's good too. And I had so much negativity in my column, and they don't know me, so they're not used to my style, yet. and they're like, wow, you don't even like wrestling. What the fuck are you writing about wrestling for? And that really irritates me because I love wrestling. It just sucks right now, and I haven't even written the column yet. I don't know where to start. How can I find 5 things to say, yo, this one was the 5th best, this was the 4th best, these 5 moments were great? There was nothing good at all.
You could do something with the Backlund segment just because of
Santino stuff was funny. I could get away with saying that just because it was funny, and after that I don't know where to go.
No, it was bad, man. That was by far the worst Raw of this year. And
Easily.
In a long time. I mean, there's been some bad Raws, but last night was one segment after another, after they take a commercial break, they come back, and then you had like a John Cena promo, he'd come out, and it was this corny, his corny self. You had, and then, oh my God.
That opener had me in tears. It was I was so bored to death. Like, what the fuck? 25 minutes about, marriage proposals?
The anonymous general manager? Are you kidding me?
Oh, God. We got to really save that for later, because we need to really, because that was a big thing on our show, too, because we would, we're speculating on who it is, who it should be, because it was such a long-running thing, that computer anonymous GM.
Every single week we had a caller call in and ask who was the anonymous GM. And what was my response every time? I said, I don't even think WWE knows who the general manager is. They book
that was the whole point of doing it, I think, because they didn't have anybody, and it's like, well, let's have it be an anonymous fucking GM computer, and then when we figure somebody out or sign somebody, or if somebody gets hot while we're doing this angle, he'll be the guy.
Exactly.
And it kind of leaves it open to where they can plug anybody they want into there. And knowing that they could plug anyone they want, the guy they went with fucking...
No, but the reason they did it, I mean, it was the blow-off, because...
It was the blow-off. They had to get,
In 2 weeks, it's not going to matter anyways. The whole anonymous general manager, the whole computer thing is done, and you're going to have a permanent GM announced on the 1000th edition of Monday Night Raw. So it was the blow-off, but there were so many ways you could have done it, and you did Hornswoggle, and it makes no sense, because you're talking about a guy that can barely talk, bro, that's talked like once...
Until a year ago, I don't think he's ever spoke.
The dude is a genius and can type emails on a computer. Get the fuck out of here! You
can't reach a computer. But no, it's like I think the gimmick was to be, because every week there's a new GM until the 1000th. Okay, so to be the GM, you had to have been the GM in the past, and all the guys they got to pick from, and look who they're using every week. I mean, my God, the only guy worth his shit so far was Foley, and they didn't let him talk.
Right. It was horrible, dude. We'll get into Raw here in just a little bit, man. We're going to run down Destination X. Thank God for Destination X. And the thing about Destination... I mean, it
Austin Aries, baby.
Austin Aries, man. It was a great pay-per-view, but the crowd, man... And we'll get into what the deal is with the crowd, because a lot of people...
Where were they?
They were in Orlando.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that. The crowd was dead, and it kind of killed the pay-per-view.
The crowd will make or break any show, especially a pay-per-view, because it's so much wrestling.
Right. It's been pretty busy on the websites. Yesterday was crazy busy. Today, not so bad. We don't have any SmackDown. I'm not feeling very good today either. You guys can probably hear it.
I can hear it in your voice.
In my voice. I got a cold, man. I came down with a cold yesterday and got a bad cough and everything else. So anyways, we don't have any SmackDown or Superstars tapings tonight. That was all done last night in Denver. So it's going to be kind of a quiet night here tonight. It is hot, man. In Death Valley today. Home of the Undertaker, right? It was 125 degrees, man. Las Vegas, it was 114 degrees in Las Vegas. It was crazy, man. Just crazy, crazy heat. So
I was talking to good old Tiffany the Tits earlier, and she was saying it was brutal hot in Jacksonville. Then we got hit with a storm. But yeah, like I said, I've been in the hotel, and it's a small room with the air conditioner, so I don't know what it's like outside ever. And so, yeah, pretty soon I'll know. How did you do that so fast? Wow.
It's been a while.
Dude, how did you cue that up so fast? You're getting good, I gotta tell you.
You like that? Not bad,
There
right?
was something
Not
last
bad.
week where I was just in the middle of a speech, like the very next word after saying the guy's name, I heard his song. I'm like, how the fuck did he do that? You're like Fred from the Stern Show.
Not bad, right? Not bad. I'm getting
Yeah.
there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're talking Destination X from Sunday night. We're talking Monday Night Raw from last night. I've been moving all week long, man. Moving everything over to the new apartment. I got nothing left in here. It's basically a desk in an office that I got here. So it's crazy. Feedback
I'll
or
be moving tomorrow, so I'll be joining you, man. It's
you
time to move again.
You're going back home, right?
Going back home.
Nice, no doubt, man. That's good, man. I know you missed it there, dude. Not only that, but let me.
Especially yesterday. Birthday, sitting in a hotel, staring at the wall all day. Like, man, I could have had, like, the party of fucking to end all parties. And
Let me tell you something.
Staring at a wall.
This dude had thunderstorms earlier today. Lights were flickering. Didn't know if he was going to be able to do the show. Not only that, but he was supposed to go back to OP tonight and postponed it. Put somebody up. I won't get into it, but was
my
supposed
travel
to
arrangements, I had to put them up in a hotel so that I could stay the night just for one reason and one reason only.
For this show, for WZR Radio. That's Die Hard, man. Give Boone some props in the chat room. Let him know, man. And not only that, but the last couple of weeks, you've been going through a lot of personal stuff, man, and have never missed WZR Radio during it all. So I give you
haven't
props,
missed a
man.
show, and if I do say so myself, I try and bring the fucking ruckus. I don't know.
Bring the ruckus, baby. We do
4
it.
hours last week. I had to go to the store. You thought I was just bouncing out on you. I came back and spent the last 5 with you. I said, see, I told you I wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, you're doing. I gotta give props where props are due, man. And you doing all right, man. Not bad.
Well,
Plus, you're getting back on your feet, so that's a good thing. You get Rocky.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Little Rocky coming back with you. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait, man. I went to the park with them. It was the first time in. Okay, so a month ago is when I got evicted. A little over a month ago now. And as soon as I got evicted, I gave them to my friend Joanne. She kept them for 2 weeks while I stayed in a hotel in Orange Park. Never saw them once in that 2 week span. She gave them back to me the day that I came down here. So, and it was like an hour before I left. So the only time I saw him was the car ride. And as soon as we got here, he stayed with a friend down here. I got into a hotel. It's been another 2.5, 3 weeks. Didn't see him once. So it's been like in the last month and a half, or whatever it's been, five weeks, I've seen him once, and that was just during the car ride. Finally, a couple days ago, I got to go to the park with him and play with him for an hour or two. That was so much fun. I missed him so much, man.
He's
a dog really is a man's best friend. He's my little son, you know.
That's how I feel about Reggie, man. Watch him flip out when he sees you too, man.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love to see him get excited about me. I'm like, yeah, he still loves me.
All right, here we go. Let's get these plugs out of the way, and then we'll get into it. Destination X, Monday Night Raw, in hour number 1. Hour number 2, rapid fire segment, live phone calls. We're going to talk about some news, rumors. Serena Deeb arrested over the weekend, was intoxicated. Dun, dun, dun. She doesn't look good in her mugshot either, man. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. And not only that, but she came out and celebrated 1 year of sobriety not all that long ago, and then we found out that she was arrested today for a DUI on a boat. So not good. All right, you can get to the official website at WZR Radio at WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. YouTube is youtube.com/WZR Archive. Facebook is facebook.com/WZRArmy. Just go to WZROnline.com. You can get all those links in the top navigation bar under the social media tab. Facebook.
Tab.
Yeah.
All right, the moment was past now. God damn, I didn't know you were going to jump into 8 plugs right there. But you were saying she got arrested, claimed she was sober for whatever, and then it was for a DUI for being on a boat. I was going to start singing, "What do you do with a drunken sailor?" But
that's the thing, man. We think it was drinking, but DUI is driving under the influence, and DWI
so it could have been drugs. Okay, you're right.
And judging by that mugshot, man, I don't know, man.
Couple pills in there, maybe.
She doesn't look good, man. She doesn't look good in the mugshot. You guys can see that mugshot if you haven't seen it yet. WZROnline.com. WZROnline.com/photos. Matty Boone put those pics up today. Not only that, but there's a hot photo of Kelly riding a bike up there today. Sid Vicious looking jacked, man, from a
bodybuilding competition. We got Stephanie McMahon after a workout, sweaty in workout clothes. We got Bob Backlund's return on Raw. We got What the hell else? Rosa Mendez, a bunch of candid backstage pictures of her in WWE, all kinds of stuff. WZROnline.com/photos.
And get to our live chat room, guys. It's kind of quiet tonight, man, because I mean, Monday and Tuesday are our busiest days on the website. No doubt about it. Everybody comes, to find out what's going on Raw, and then everybody comes on Tuesday night. That's part of the reason we do the show on a Tuesday night is due to the traffic that we normally have. Everybody's looking for SmackDown spoilers. So, Jesus, man.
That's a hard one.
Chat traffic is a little bit low tonight. Go to WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people. About 60 people in there tonight. So we're not too bad. I mean, it was only like 15 right before we came. I was getting nervous, man.
and it's funny how you always told me, it's 60. All right, but it's funny because you always said the chat and the live people listening, there's a lot more listening live than I realized, and you're right because the chat traffic is down, but if you weren't in the chat, you wouldn't know it because the stream traffic it's a little low, but it's not like ungodly low like the chat is right now. So we still got our diehard listeners that don't interact with us listening right now.
Shop Torment in the chat. I did get that photo. I'm going to forward it over to Boone. I should have done it earlier today. I wasn't thinking, but I got a photo. Shop Torment in the chat room sent me. Scott Hall resurfaced over the weekend in California, and we've got a photo. He actually sent a photo in that I'm going to send to you. We'll put it up on WZROnline.com. He looks better.
What's it a photo of? Just him?
It's Scott Hall signing some autographs. He looks better, but he doesn't look great. You know what I'm saying?
There's still something going on there?
It looks like. I don't want to speculate, man, but
By the way, his big buddy Kevin Nash, his birthday was yesterday as well, July 9th. I was just watching a preview.
54, right?
I believe 54, yeah. A preview of him on the, it's called Timeline History of the WWE 1995. They do a year DVD for each year of WWE, and they have like a guy that was part of the company talk about all the major points of the year, and he was the one that did this one, and the preview looks really good. It looks like a good one. Kayfabe commentaries.
AMC Boy in the chat. Tomko's not in rehab. He says he's doing better. But
that's right. We haven't given an update in a while. How is your buddy doing?
He says he's doing better, but I mean that's what he says. He could tell me. He could tell me. I haven't talked to him on the telephone or anything to try to find out, how his voice sounds or anything like that. But nah, I mean he says he's better.
I'm sure you're getting annoyed with me interrupting you a lot, but you're going to appreciate this one because that's one of our buddies. The other one, I guess he's going to be selling a Mercedes to you pretty soon here. What's he doing, man? What's going on?
Did you see that, man? And then I asked him.
What's going on?
Yeah,
WZROnline.com/photos, by the way.
I asked him. I said, I tweeted him.
Did you talk to him?
No, I tweeted him yesterday, and I said, Vito, you want to come on WZR Radio? And he no-sold me, man. He didn't get back to me. So I said, well, fuck you,
probably
then.
because he's embarrassed. He's the king of,
Yo, I thought, listen, I told you, man, as soon as I put up that post the other day, right? I went to his Facebook page, and there was this big old rant there. He was just fucking ranting and raving, dude. I said, I gotta put this on the website. And then I found all these posters and shit on the Facebook page, and he was a car salesman somewhere in Pennsylvania now. He must have moved to Pennsylvania. So I put this up on the website, and I said to you, I guarantee you, at some point tonight, my cell phone is gonna ring, and he's gonna say, Clark, take that post down. He was going to be pissed, bro. And he never called or he never emailed, man.
He was probably busy at work. I mean, the man's got a 9 to 5 now. What are you going to do?
I could have sworn he was going to. I could have sworn as soon as he saw the post, dude, he was going to pick up the cell phone and call me and say, get that off the fucking website. Right now, he never called.
His last minute attempt to get back into WWE by playing off of their mentioning him in their biggest turkeys column near Thanksgiving in November didn't work. So he had to do something, and I guess, hey, man, who's better at selling themselves than Big Vito? So he's going to sell himself as a car salesman. Hey, man.
I guarantee he sells a lot of cars, man. I guarantee.
Yeah, well, he knows how to talk shit. So.
All right, here we go.
Still love him. Still consider him a good friend. He's a great guy, but
he's a good dude. Yeah. All right, so Destination X, man, from Sunday night. I don't believe you saw this.
No, I didn't.
All right. We basically, you had, the whole show was built around an X Division tournament that they had, and for you guys that love pro wrestling and you love the high flyers, I do, and I know a lot of you guys do. This is the pay-per-view for you, man. And every year they do this.
Yeah, it's all the lineup. It looks like a crazy amount of good X Division matches.
Yeah, it's not your standard lineup with all the big guys. Like Jeff Hardy wasn't featured on the card. No Rob Van Dam. No Hulk Hogan. It was basically the X Division guys, and they do this every year, man. This is their pay-per-view to go out there, and it's all about the X Division. So they kicked it off with Rubix, who was known as Jigsaw on the indie scene here in the Northeast. Mason Andrews is known as Scorpio Sky. Lars Only, Dakota Darzow, and the winner basically of this match would go on. What?
I've never heard of any of those guys.
Yeah, well, they brought them in. I mean, they're indie workers, man, but they're high flyers from Shikara and promotions like that,
and you all right, man? You sound sick as all of it.
I am, man. I am. But you didn't talk to me. Well, you talked to me a little bit earlier today, man.
Yeah,
but
just for a minute.
I got.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt. I got ice water and shit here, man. So I'll be fine as long as I don't lose my voice. And I don't know. We'll be fine. We'll be good to go.
Kind of need that, yeah.
Yeah, only you think.
You might want to have that for a radio.
The winner of this match went on to the final 8 in the X Division tournament, and they would receive a future title shot at the X Division title. So Andrews picked up the pin here on Lars Only with a flying knee and then basically a diamond cutter type move. Really good match to kick it off. All these matches, man, from top to bottom, every match on this show was really, really good. Kid Cash versus Mason Andrews, they went right into that. Mason Andrews won the match, and then Kid Cash came out. This was an X Division first round tournament bout. Andrews, once again, they're high on this Mason Andrews guy. He pinned Kid Cash. And then he would go on, I think he won with, a double arm pile driver or something like that. It was pretty cool, man. It was an awesome spot to end the match. And then they keep doing this thing where they interview the guys following the bouts. You know what I mean? They've been doing it on Impact. And by the way, TNA is way better than WWE these days. And it's not just because I'm a fan of TNA, but if you guys have been watching the live Impacts, at least, the past month, they're killing WWE as far as, especially, I mean, all these WWE fans, dude, that are always, fuck TNA, TNA sucks, this, that, and the other thing. Give TNA a shot. I mean, what's your excuse? If you're a WWE fan, what's your excuse for last night's Monday Night Raw? You can't shit on TNA when you see a Monday Night Raw like what you saw last night and then say fuck TNA. You know what I'm saying?
And like we were saying last week, my brother I was doing play-by-play, and he happened to just be watching, and he saw, I won't rattle off all the names again, but I mean, there's so many more names that people would recognize if they were a fan, stop watching, or if they're just a fan today, they just know these guys because to these people, like Jeff Hardy's probably considered a legend already, Right. So they got so many huge names in TNA, and they got the better wrestlers, the X Division guys. They got the better television show. Their pay-per-views are more focused on better matches, match quality. It's like there's really nothing you can say WWE is better than TNA at other than promoting and, selling pay-per-views because of the promoting they do. But, yeah, TNA is really hot right now. And
they really are.
I saw the beginning of the Austin Aries Bobby Roode build up on the Impact I watched, and then they paid it off great last night or Sunday night apparently.
TNA for the past month,
they don't chip you when they come to the payoff.
Well, and it's
not a hornswoggle.
It seems like it's a little bit more rated R type. You know what I mean? It's not that PG.
Edgier, yeah.
It's much edgier, man. And if you're an older fan, it's for you, man. I mean, TNA is like Boone said, way edgier than WWE these days, and
we'll even cuss and bleep it out. And
right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's Impact's on a roll as of late, at least in the past month, man. I don't want to jinx them, but in the past month they are on a roll. We had Douglas Williams against Kenny King. Boy, the whole Kenny King thing is interesting, where he jump shipped, and poor Rhett Titers. That's the problem I have with Kenny King. Right? He had a verbal agreement, and we haven't really talked about this. Kenny King had a verbal agreement with Ring of Honor where he basically said that he was looking at his options and he was ROH World Tag Team Champion, and agreed that, I was pretty much going to sign a contract with you guys, and I would be back with the company. I'm not going to TNA. I'm not going to WWE. I'll be back. A verbal agreement, sure, it's not a signed contract, but it's a verbal agreement. You know what I mean? And to basically
your
go...
word is your bond, or at least it should be.
It should be, man. And then he went and he showed up on TNA Impact, didn't give Ring of Honor any notice. At least that's what Ring of Honor claims. And showed up and is in this X Division title tournament, right? And the problem I have with it is this is a guy that now can't be trusted. I mean, the dude gave a verbal agreement and then basically went and screwed Ring of Honor over.
Exactly what Lex Luger did during the Monday Night Wars, the very first shot fired, when he promised Vince he would re-sign when his contract came up, and the very next night appeared on Nitro without telling anybody and signed with them instead. It was complete bullshit because he shook the man's hand, gave him his word, and then screwed him.
See, here's the problem. Bushwick in the chat. Verbal agreements mean nothing. They do though.
Legally, maybe not, but I mean, it's your integrity we're talking about here. If you don't have integrity, you're not going to last in this business, because that's half the game is being a man of your word.
I mean, for somebody to basically, if it was me and I said to Ring of Honor, yeah, I'm going to give you a verbal agreement, I'm going to re-sign with you guys, and I'll be back, and then if I went and jump ship over to TNA, that's a dick thing to do, man. I gave you my word. I gave Ring of Honor my word that I was going to stay with them, I was going to re-sign with them, and then I go and I jump ship to TNA, and of course, he's probably thinking, I've got an opportunity with TNA, I can go and get on national TV and, maybe eventually sign a contract. And I understand where he's coming.
There's a right and a wrong way to go about
right,
doing
and
that. You don't look a man in the eye, especially a company that really needs you, and then just fuck them the way he did. That's just bullshit.
Especially when you're a tag team champion or when you're a champion.
A belt. That's bullshit.
There's no other way. It was a dickhead thing that he did, man. And I mean, listen.
That's the best way to describe it. It was a dickhead move.
It was a dickhead move, man, and that's what he did. And the guy can't be trusted. If he gives another company, you know what I hope? I hope TNA doesn't sign him. I hope TNA gets rid of him after this X Division title tournament. TNA gets rid of him, and then he's fucked. And then he's not with TNA.
Doesn't take him back.
Well, Ring of Honor's pissed. Ring of Honor's not taking him back, man. Kenny King actually offered to come back and drop the tag team titles, and ROH said, "Fuck you, man. You fucked us over. You're not coming back with us." Hopefully TNA.
Good for them.
Yeah, hopefully TNA doesn't sign him, and then he's got a TNA job and a Ring of Honor job, and then he can go work the Indies. Because WWE's not interested in you, at least as of right now. So, and then, karma's a bitch, man. Karma's a bitch, and he's fucked in the end. He's out of TNA job, and he's out of Ring of Honor job, So, I don't know. We had Sanjay Dutt against Rashad Cameron. This is another X Division first round tournament.
Can we classify what just happened as a Clark rant, by the way?
I guess so.
It's you had the passion in your voice there. It sounded like a Clark rant to me. Would you quit coughing?
Dude, I can't, man.
Drink some water, man.
I'm drinking.
Give you some time to drink.
You hear the ice? You hear the ice water?
Yeah, the icy cubes.
I got the ice cubes, man. I got everything, man. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. I don't think I'm gonna make
tired, too.
Yeah, I'll be all right, dude. It's a little cold. What are you gonna do? Sanjay Dutt, I love this dude. He's awesome, man. One of my favorite wrestlers. As far as high flyers are concerned, him and Jigsaw Rubik's, the guy that worked the first match, really, really awesome high flyers. This was probably the best match on the show up until this point. Sanjay Dutt got the win, qualified for the Ultimate X match later in the night. Sanjay Dutt once again cut a promo after the match. And then they did a segment with Jesse Sorensen, where they had this guy come out, and he got a huge welcome back chant. His mother was in the audience, and you could tell, man, they're going to give this guy, when he returns, it's basically, Dixie Carter feels bad, alright? The dude got injured in a match in TNA, was pretty much paralyzed from the waist down, and doctors are now telling him that he'll probably make a full recovery, but it's going to take some time, and he won't be able to return until at least next year. So they basically hyped up.
News, considering what it could have been.
But you can tell Dixie feels bad, and she's given updates on Twitter and everything else, and he basically comes out and says, Zima Ion, who's in the Ultimate X match later in the night, Sorensen wants him to win the match so that at next year's Destination X, he can come back and win the title or take the X Division title from Zema Ion. That's not to say that Zema Ion eventually did win the Ultimate X match later in the night, but I don't think they're going to have him hold the title. Maybe they will hold the title for an entire year until Sorensen
you never know if he'll
back.
even be in the company this time
Right.
next year. There's no way to know. And,
but you know damn well when Sorensen returns, he gets the X Division. They're going to put a title on that guy because Dixie.
It sounds like they're trying to avoid a lawsuit. Kissing his ass.
That too. They're going to kiss his ass and basically tell him, we're definitely going to give you the title. I guarantee you, at some point in 2013, Jesse Sorensen holds the X Division title, 100%, no doubt.
Me.
And like you said, dude, it's basically to kiss his ass and say, please don't sue us. Please don't sue us.
We're gonna keep you in the headlines while you're out of action on Twitter and mention you on TV, this and that. You'll still be a star even though you're not able to perform.
Right.
Once you're back, you'll be a champion. You'll be a big deal. Yeah, they're kissing his ass so he doesn't sue him because that would be a bad lawsuit.
Zema Ion defeated Flip Casanova, another really good match. Zema Ion advances to the Ultimate X match. Then we had the first of pretty much the big names on the card. It was Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. This was a Bound for Glory series match. This was really, really good stuff, man. Awesome stuff. And not only that, but on paper, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe. Come on, bro. There's no way that these guys can have a bad match.
Do they still do the headbutts like they used to, the hard way?
They did. There were chops. They did. It was basically. It was more technical.
Do you
man.
remember those headbutt spots they did when he first came in?
I do. They've had a good.
God, you've never seen anything so brutal. Those guys are nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's basically more technical here, man. They were on the ground. They had the the amateur wrestling type stuff. You know what I mean? With Kurt Angle, a great grappler, obviously. They had Samoa Joe applied a choke. Basically, Angle went for an Olympic slam, hit it the first time, missed it the second time, and Joe countered the second Olympic slam with a choke, and then referee Earl Hebner jumped in and stopped it as Angle was passed out. So that was
Angle's been doing a couple jobs here lately. It's interesting.
Yeah, but Angle's to that point in his career.
Obviously it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Joe doesn't really need the rub either. But yeah, it's just interesting to see Angle putting people over so frequently.
How about AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels? Oh my God, both guys bled. It was just a bloody brawl from pretty much the start. Awesome match, and we've seen Styles versus Daniels over and over and over. It's basically like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in WWE, right?
Or Angle and Joe, yeah.
Or Angle and Joe. We see it over and over and over, but it never gets old, man, because they're so fucking good. You know what I mean?
And they can make it different it's not the same match, no matter how good they are. Like that's what we were saying last week. I think it was last week. How they've been doing Punk Bryan over and over, but at least every time it's a new, fresh match, and it's still good,
Right.
Daniels and Styles are able to do that too, and probably even better, I would think.
These guys, all right, the end of the match came. These guys fought to the top of the stage, right? And Daniels or Styles, I think Daniels set up a table, all right? And they brawled.
I heard about this spot.
They brawled. Oh my God, dude! They brawled on the ramp for a little bit, and then AJ Styles, hit a Styles Clash off the ramp through a table. Oh my God, dude!
That's dangerous. Fuck, I gotta see a video. That sounds like a very cool spot.
It could have killed Daniels, man. It could have fucking killed him, bro.
Did they build up to it real well? Like, was it like a real intense moment before it happened, and they're like, oh shit, and then the payoff was obviously that's gonna look cool as shit.
Mike Tenay was screaming, no, you gotta be kidding me, not the Styles Clash, not off the stage, and then there was a table below. Dude, it was the sickest spot I've seen in TNA in a long time. Man, just an
that sounds
awesome,
like a cool bump to watch. I would like to see that.
An awesome finish. It was a last man standing match, so AJ got up at about 9. Daniels couldn't get up, so AJ Styles was ruled the winner. We had the Ultimate X match next. Something about the Ultimate X match, man. It's tough to land. Well, it's tough to hit big spots when you're on that wire. You know what I mean? It's just
tough.
To
me, it's getting old. They had one on Impact the week I watched. And it's just like once you see, there's only so much you can do, and it's like they've already done everything you can do, and it's like they do them too often, I think.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when you're up on that wire. There's just not much that you can do,
crawl
man.
around. That's about it.
It was
a
a
monkey crawl.
It was a cool concept at first, man. And they had the one with AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. I can't remember who else was in it. I think Frankie Kazarian was in there.
Chris Sabin, I think, might have been in
Chris Sabin, maybe Alex Shelley. The early matches,
good.
I mean, they were awesome, man. But it seems like every Ultimate X match.
It was new at the time, and it was kind of like a new version of the ladder match. You know what I mean? It was like cool, but now it's kind of played out a little bit.
Yeah, it is. So Zima Ion gets the win. Sanjay Dutt was injured during the match, man. I mean, this is a tough son of a bitch, man. He popped out his shoulder and then went backstage. They took him to the bag, and he popped it back in and then returned for the finish.
Legitimately or storyline?
Legit.
Wow,
Went backstage, popped it back in, and then came back out, climbed the wire, and then it was him and Zima Ion on top of the cable. And Ion took out a can of hairspray. It was a corny ending, bro. Ion took out a can of hairspray, hit it on Dutt, got Dutt with the hairspray. Dutt fell off, and Zima Ion grabbed the title. So it looks like, eventually we're gonna see Jesse Sorensen and probably Zima Ion in a rematch, and Sorensen will 100%, no doubt about it, win the title. And then the main event, dude, we had Bobby Roode and Austin Aries for the TNA title. That was the thing.
How much time did they give him?
This a lot. A good 25 minutes, 20 minutes to a half hour.
Good match?
Really good match, man. Awesome match.
Good finish?
Yeah, they had a couple ref bumps towards the end. There was a belt shot. Rude hit Aries with the belt. The ref was knocked out, and there was a low blow.
While you're like reading the match and trying to figure everything out, Austin Aries, I've kind of gotten into him. I've seen him a little bit the last few weeks. Watching I watched one pay-per-view, one Impact in the last month, and my man has got the goods to be a top guy. I think the same way Bobby Roode is like a new emerging top name star. Like I think Austin Aries has that same thing. I think he can be a top guy.
Aries is a great in-ring worker, always has been from his time in Ring of Honor. I mean, that's where he started out. When I used to go down to New York City, these guys, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Tyler Black, Austin Aries, all these guys, man. And Aries is...
I'm with you, Rygal, on the chat, by the way. It's Aries, not Aries.
Aries. Is it
Aries?
Oh, shut up, dude.
Austin Aries, not Aries.
It's Austin Aries.
Aries.
Austin Aries.
Aries is what you're saying. Aries.
Get out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Shut up, dude.
Blame it on the accent, as usual.
You too, Ryget. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he brought it to my attention, but yeah.
What are you talking about? Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com /chat. Rygal, you ain't getting dinner no more, motherfucker.
No more. Cut them off.
No more dinner for you, dude.
Next more prime rib, bitch.
No, it wasn't him, dude. He didn't get the prime rib. It was somebody else. I'll find the culprit, bro. I'll find the culprit that got the.
Weed him out, man. Who was that? Because he don't deserve to live doing that shit. That was a dickhead move, the same way Kenny King.
Who was it? Who was it, Rygal? Was it that?
Be a man.
Was it that dude on the opposite side of me, sitting across from the girl, all the way at the end?
The new kid,
right?
Next to me.
I knew it. All the way at the end, sitting against the wall, right across from the girl that was there. No, right next to me.
Let's see.
Oh,
we got a little delay, but
it was him, huh? No doubt. All right. Next,
the guy next to me, the new kid.
I know who he's talking about. I know who he's talking about. I know exactly who he's talking about.
Wouldn't it figure that it's a new guy taking advantage of your generosity? What an asshole.
A fucking new guy comes in and gets prime rib and steak.
Hey, he's a fucking new guy comes in.
Well, goddamn, dude, you should have told me, man. After it was, I looked at the receipt when I got back here to Albany. I said, some motherfucker down there ordered prime rib and steak for like $20-something. What? You know what I'm saying? Whatever, dude.
A quick fucking bite before a show, not a goddamn gourmet 4-star dinner that you won via a radio contest. is a guy being nice and saying, hey, I'll buy you something to eat real quick before the show. Oh, yeah, I'll take a filet mignon and a lobster, please. What the fuck?
Next time he gets a water, dude. You get a water,
yeah,
bro.
A water and a fucking couple croutons.
And some croutons, he says. All right, so that was TNA Destination X, man. Aries picked up the win. They did a huge confetti rain down from the ceiling. Just an awesome way to end an awesome card on Sunday night for Destination X. Really good show, man. Really good show. Oh Jesus, you ready, dude? We are killing it. We are killing it tonight, Boone.
Are we killing it?
Boone sends me a message on online today. He says we're killing it tonight.
No, I didn't say that. I said I think we're killing it.
I think
I'm not sure, but
we always kill it, dude. Every Tuesday night. What are you talking about?
This one feels good to me for some reason. I don't know. I think we're taking wrestling more seriously, and we just spent 20 minutes on TNA. They gotta love that,
right? All right, Monday Night Raw. Jesus, dude, this is where it tanks.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why we had to beef up the TNA discussion, because there's not a whole lot to say unless you want to hear 15 straight minutes of bitching, which is what I would be doing if it was up to me.
Oh man! All right, here we go, dude. So they kick
hot, wet garbage. That's what the show was last night.
They kick off the show, dude, with AJ, right?
Shocker.
AJ comes out. They're real high on a. I'm trying to get the Raw theme. I like to load up the Raw. You know.
It's apropos, yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, well, turn it down. Can we talk over this? No, we won't talk.
I think we can. No?
Yeah? All right, we'll talk over it a little bit.
We did last week for a little bit, at least.
All right, I'll let it play for a little. So
a little lower.
How's that?
There you go.
Not bad? All right, so AJ comes out, right? And they're doing this whole start. No, I can't talk. I can't talk over that. Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's distracting.
It's very distracting, especially when there's words, dude. If it was just, instrumental, yeah, I could do it, man, but not with the words. So AJ comes out, right? And she says that she knows that she can affect. She's going to be the special guest referee in the match between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan this Sunday, right?
Yes.
And she knows she can affect the outcome. And
yes.
She said that I see what you're doing, dude. Punk showed his true feelings, right, last week on SmackDown, and when he said that she was mentally unstable and she needs professional help. And AJ says that she doesn't need that, and no one has ever cared about her like CM Punk, and she saw that last week when she kissed him. Right? And this was it was on Tuesday night. We were here. We saw that, right?
Yeah.
So this leads
well, she
to
kissed
her.
him on Monday too, but then she threw him through a table. So.
This whole thing leads to her getting on one knee and asked CM Punk to marry her, right?
Was it just me, or when it happened, I literally groaned out loud. I said, "Oh, jeez, what the fuck?" Here she goes.
From CM Punk, dude, coming out and basically cutting worked shoot promos at some point last year.
Yeah, look where he's at now. My God.
This, dude. All right, so Daniel Bryan comes out. No, right? Daniel Bryan says that Punk doesn't love AJ. It's like Days of Our Lives, bro. You know what that is? It's a soap opera that airs during the...
I've heard of Days of Our Lives. Jackass.
I
don't watch it. Doesn't mean I haven't heard of it.
What's the other soap operas? There's
Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children,
Look
Days
at
of
you!
Our Lives.
Yeah! See, I set you up for that.
General Hospital was one.
General Hospital, that's what it was.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, man.
They're all off air now, man. The only one that's still going is I don't know. I have no idea.
Somebody talked about how they were off air. It might have been you, because that's how I knew the names. But it might have been Stern. I'm not sure. Somebody mentioned how they watched them, and there was only 2 that survived. Oh no, it was my friend Felina. That's right.
So this leads to Punk says that Daniel Bryan doesn't know how Punk feels about AJ, and Daniel Bryan says, invited Punk to say I do, and Punk basically doesn't do it, and then Daniel Bryan winds up proposing to AJ, right? And then
He tried to, but Punk asked him where his ring was, yeah.
Right, and they went back and forth, and then we found out who our anonymous general manager was for the night, right? As the computer goes off, right? My sister's,
that was my attempt to make the noise.
Every time my sister gets a text message, it's the same fucking doo-doo-doo-doo.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude, it kills me every time. But
That's funny.
so he rings in, right? And he makes a tag team match for later tonight. It's going to be CM Punk and AJ against Daniel Bryan and Eve Torres. Eve Torres is from Denver. Eve was looking good last night on Raw, too, bro. No?
I'm sorry, I just read the new topic for the chat. It says, Clark, Raw sucks, we know. Move on. Talk about chilled water or something interesting.
Chilled water or something interesting. Who does that, by the way? Who puts those captions
I
in
used
the
to think it was Vendetta, but maybe Acer? I'm not sure.
Somebody does that. I don't know how they do it. I have no idea how they do it. WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. So there's a tag team match for later in the night, right? And AJ, I'll give it to AJ, man. She plays her role to a T, right? The crazy chick. She's got the facial expression.
Great facials, yeah.
Right? She's got everything that she
I'd like
needs.
to give her a facial, quite honestly.
Neither
here nor there.
That was good. That was
Thank
good
you,
right
thank
there.
you.
No doubt.
That's what I'm paid for.
This motherfucker.
I'd like to get a BJ from AJ, get it?
Yeah, I get it.
One letter.
One letter off, right? A and B, B, AJ, BJ, yeah, not bad.
Raw school letter grade will be neither one of those letters, but yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, you want to give, we're always talking about F- and F+, man. You want to give Raw an F+? Feel free. This week?
I'd like to give it an F-, actually. That was, like I said, it was hot, wet garbage. It was
F-,
complete trash.
it was horrible, man. I mean, that was re-fucking-diculous, man. F- all the way. It was, oh my god, dude, it was horrible. We had Sheamus defeated Jack Swagger. This is a really quick match, man. What the hell did Jack Swagger do to WWE management, man? Guys jobbed out every week. Dolph Ziggler
doesn't even
gets
get an entrance, like, yeah.
Well, I think they were running late on time because that segment went to,
yeah.
it was 9:24 Eastern time when they came back from the break, and usually those segments only go for about 18, 19, 20 minutes.
You got to play around the crowd too, and the crowd was reacting to every dumb fucking proposal and comment and doing the yes chants. They were giving the what chant to AJ real bad.
Right. So Del Rio pops up on screen, right? He's in the parking lot and he vows to.
No, he didn't. Alberto Del
That was a good one, man.
On screen, and then what did he do?
That was a good one, bro.
Thank you.
He vows to take Sheamus' title this Sunday at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Sheamus responds by hitting another brogue kick. Basically, this is the second one because he defeated him with a brogue kick and then hit another one. And then we had Santino and Zack Ryder. They're backstage. Santino said that he'd figure out the identity of the anonymous general manager later tonight. And they also plugged that The Rock and Mick Foley are scheduled for the 1000th edition of Monday Night Raw.
That should be good. What do we got? Next week and then the 1000th is the week after. Is it the week after the pay-per-view?
I think
No, the next week.
I think they'll bring in Austin too. Everybody's asking about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Brock Lesnar will be there. Yeah, a lot of guys. And like you said, pretty much anybody from the Attitude Era you can expect there. But real quick before we get off of it, Zack Ryder and the Brogue Kick. It sounds like they got to change that name because every time I hear Brogue Kick, it sounds like they're saying the Bro Kick. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
The G's not emphasized enough, so it sounds like the Bro Kick, and that's stupid. So.
We had Tenzai and Dolph Ziggler defeated the team of Christian and Tyson Kidd. God, it's like 1 week they promote. I mean, if Tyson Kidd wins Money in the Bank, and he probably won't, but maybe. I mean, you never know.
Will you shit inside your pantaloons?
I haven't shit inside my pantaloons since I've been.
But if anything warranted it, Tyson Kidd winning Money in the Bank, I mean that calls for some crappy poo poo in the pants.
My pantaloons, dude. Where'd you come up with pantaloons?
You never heard pantaloons before?
Pantaloons? No, I've heard of pants.
Yeah, sometimes you call them pantaloons if you're from the 1960s, or you can call them slacks.
Pantaloons isn't pantaloons.
Double O.
Pantaloon. Alright, you're right.
Come on, man. You know damn well I got a good vocabulary. Don't question me like that. You do that a lot.
No.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't know it.
Well, who the fuck says pantaloons in 2012?
Nobody does. That's what makes it funny. Just keep going with Raw. It's a shitty Raw.
Right, dude.
It's a crappy pantaloon-filled Raw.
So we had, after the match, Tenzai attacked Tyson Kidd, man. Like I was saying, poor Tyson Kidd, man. You know, 1 week they're pushing him. The next minute they're... And same thing with A-Train or Tenzai, dude. It's like the dude's on Superstars 1 week, and then the next week he's killing somebody and they make him out to be a monster, right? Same thing with Tyson Kidd. They're pushing him 1 week and then they job him out. It's like reversed roles with Tyson Kidd and Tenzai, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that do that with, though. Well, maybe not as frequently. Like Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, somebody big that I'm flipping. But yeah, the 1 week they're the big thing, the next week they're nobody. It's just it's hot and cold every week with WWE.
So completely out of the blue, this came out of nowhere. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler get in this heated argument, right? Basically over nothing, dude. They just start bickering back and forth. And of course, the computer,
I
right?
know Cole set him off at one point because he called him Jerry, and he said we're not on a first name basis. You know, that was
right. So they argue for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and the GM rings in and basically sets up a match for later tonight. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. Oh, he's asking people to go to WZROnline.com and vote. Do you want to see this match? And the first thing I'm thinking, no, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler again.
No, but nobody over the age of 12 voted yes anyway. So I'm sure if you can see the poll results in reality, it was probably 90% no, 10% yes, and the only 10% was people 12 and under.
Right, and of course when the results came in, it was like 77% to 33. Something weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something.
So
weird.
that just to make it seem more realistic, they didn't do a blowaway. 77% said yes, 33% said no.
Right.
Bullshit.
Brodus Clay, right? We go to a commercial break. After all this crap that we've seen so far, we go to a commercial break. We come back, and Brodus Clay comes out, dude, and I'm thinking, this motherfucker, dude. Now we get to see this dude dance after the match, blah, 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 blah. He defeated Drew McIntyre, another pretty much a squash match for Brodus Clay. Then we go backstage, Santino Marella, and he's thinking throughout the night, like, the Great Khali segment backstage, and there was a segment with Chris Jericho, and he accuses Jericho of being the anonymous general manager, and Jericho fires back, you know, what if you're the general manager, dude? I mean, how do we know it's not you? And Santino goes about his way, and they did a whole thing with your Great Khali, like I said, later in the show. Then we had a tag team match.
Doesn't the Raw general manager have to have once been a Raw general manager? Has Santino or Jericho ever been a Raw general manager before?
That's WWE's book. I didn't even think about that.
I
didn't even think about that, dude. And this is it makes no sense, dude. Half of this shit makes no sense.
Nothing they do makes sense. Or dollars, and that's why they're losing the UFC every week. They're fucking stupid.
It's booking on the fly, dude, and that's why I hate it. You know, people call up like we were talking about earlier. Who's the anonymous general manager? I can't tell you because WWE doesn't even know. You know what I mean?
The correct answer is who gives a shit. That's the answer we were looking for.
You know, I was on WWE's Facebook page, right? You go to the facebook.com/WWE. Read, if you ever get some free time, just go to facebook.com/WWE.
Okay, and what am I looking for?
Read some of the fan comments that post on their threads. Like the stuff this morning about AJ. They put up photos of AJ and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Read some of those comments. That those people they think it's real, bro. These people think that oh my god, AJ's really crazy.
It's a bunch of suck-up, kiss-ass comments.
Dude,
like, choose Punk, AJ, please, we love you, you know.
Dude, they're all, I mean, it's so real to these people, and I think, I don't know, we forget that, bro. We forget that where, you know, we do the backstage stuff, and we're the smarter fans, but there are a lot of fans out there, and a lot of kids that believe this shit, man, and that believe that AJ's really crazy, and that Kane's...
Kids have Facebook, though. Like, goddamn, it's gotta be...
Dude, these days, bro, kids have a cell phone and Facebook.
My sister won't let her kid have Facebook, and he's 11.
Dude, my sister's
today, by the way, happy birthday, Tyler.
Tyler's birthday's today?
Yeah, he took the day after my birthday, that little prick, so, yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Tyler, my man!
Yeah, you're a man, fuck you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ty. Happy birthday birthday to you.
Yeah, Tyler.
Woo, woo, woo.
And with that, all right, guys, you're listening to WZR Radio. We're coming back on the flip side. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll finish up Monday Night Raw from last night, and then we'll get into Rapid Fire. Plug the Rapid Fire segment for me, Matty Boone.
We were just talking about Facebook. If you want to head to a real Facebook page, this is as real as it gets, folks. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get there, top post is for the rapid fire. We want your questions. We want your comments. And keep them brief. One line at the most. Don't ask about anything except wrestling. And, we will answer them in a rapid fire style here in hour number 2 on WZR. One more time, that's Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR.
And by the way, check out, after you submit your rapid fire segment questions, if you don't have Matt Boone on your Facebook page, go to Facebook.com/Matt Boone WZR. Add him and do what you got to do. He's, kind of active on there. Not really, but
not so
whatever.
It's been hard to keep active on there the way my life has been lately. But once I get back to Orange Park tomorrow, I make a promise. I will return to Facebook and I'll try and stay active.
You're listening to WZR Radio with Matt Boone and Ryan Clark. Taking a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. We're back. WZR Radio, Ryan Clark, Matt Boone. We're here for hour number 2. Matty Boone. Matty Boone. Well, you know what? We don't have Boone, so this gives me an opportunity. I got a 99-cent bag of Munchos, so bear with me for 1 second. You guys have no idea how good Munchos are. So let me finish up my bag of chips.
You what now?
Munchos, bro.
And some Munchos, I remember that was your thing back in the day. You'd always get what was it, Munchos and something else you'd always have me grab when I went to the store. It was like a combo you would get, Munchos and something else you had to have.
I have Munchos and Fritos chili cheese fries, man. These are pretty good, too.
It was something else. It was Munchos and something else. It was 2 things you always wanted me to grab. Munchos was one of them.
Jolly Ranchers?
No, it wasn't Jolly Ranchers.
No? Anyways.
I don't remember. Who cares?
Anyways, so back to Monday Night Raw. I guess I'll stop eating, right? It's kind of rude.
And disgusting. People got to hear you chewing food.
Pretty fucking good, though.
I've got a whole bunch of snacks next to me, too. I was thinking about eating. I'm starving, but I'll wait till, I'm a professional. I'll wait till we clock out.
Till we Clark out?
Clock out.
Oh.
Clark
Okay.
out would have been cooler, though,
Yeah. Anyways,
Hey, we come in and we punch a Clark, 8 to 10 every week,
So, where'd we leave off?
I've punched a Clark before.
Yeah, I punched a Boone before, too.
Yes, you have, many times.
We had...
Destroyed my left arm. All right, keep going, I'm sorry.
I destroyed your chest the one time, dude. That was like...
my left arm was the main one. You fucking annihilated it, but yeah.
Anyways, John Cena and Kane defeated the Big Show and Chris Jericho via disqualification. Jericho cut a pretty good promo before the match. Said he's going to stop Big Show and win Money in the Bank on Sunday. This is what I don't get about Chris Jericho. It's like... he's a babyface one week, and then he's a heel the next week. And
I was wondering that myself, yeah.
Right? We had a backstage segment. It was Eve Torres. She was back there with CM Punk. Basically said it must be tough dealing with AJ. She doesn't get a proposal at the end of the show. She probably cost him the title. So they hyped the whole AJ's crazy thing. We had Sin Cara. This scared me for a little bit, man, because we had heard that Bob Backlund was backstage at Raw in Denver. They had Sin Cara come out. Guy gets squashed last week, and apparently there's no problems with Sin Cara. I know I said something last week, but he got the win this week over Heath Slater, and he earns a spot in the Money in the Bank match on Sunday. He won with a springboard crossbody, and that's when Slater got on the microphone, did his whole thing that he's been doing the last couple of weeks, where he challenges anybody. I'm a one-man rock band, and challenges anybody to a match, and that brings out Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund, bro, 62 years old, and he was doing that chicken walk around the ring. 62-year-old doing that, man. I gotta give the dude props.
Chicken wing is the move. What's the chicken walk?
He just did this chicken walk, man. He did it on pretty much all 4 sides of the ring. It was, think about it.
Like the chicken dance, only walking like I
don't know.
That's a chicken walk, right?
No, I don't know how to explain it, dude. He got down real low and pranced around the ring, walking like a chicken.
Oh, like the amateur wrestlers do?
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see that part, no.
Come on. So anyway, he came out and put the...
Did he do the big cheesy handshake, like offering his hand?
Well,
his friendship first?
Right, Slater put his hand out first, and then Backlund, or Slater put his hand out, and then when Backlund was about to shake it, Slater took it away, got a little bit of offense, and then Backlund countered it and used the cross-faced chicken wing that he's known for, Tapped him out.
Yeah.
Backlund got
I remember when he beat Bret Hart with he was old back then, and they let the old guy have another title run by beating Bret Hart with the chicken wing, and then they took the belt off of him at a house show by having Kevin Nash, I think it was MSG, Madison Square Garden, they had Kevin Nash, my birthday buddy, powerbomb him and pin him in like fucking 6 seconds to win the title at a house show, the world title.
Do you know?
Very rare back then.
Do you know? Well, Bob Backlund used to have the thing where you would walk into an arena back in the days when he was there.
Oh, in TNA, right?
No, you would walk into a WWE arena, bro, and he'd be in the lobby. And he'd be...
Oh, I was talking about the theme park in TNA when he would wander around and fuck with the...
Well, he still does that. If you go up to
Does
Bob
he?
Backlund in real life, all right, say you see him out in the street, right? Or
You
just...
have to answer like a math question.
You gotta...
An autograph, right?
If you want an autograph or if you want a photo taken with him, he makes you name all 50 presidents. That's his main thing, is you've got to name all 50 presidents. Or, like Boone said, it'll be a math question or something that you have...
I think it's the 50 presidents. I just knew it was like you had to answer some kind of intelligence question to get an autograph.
Right, and he won't take a photo or won't sign an autograph unless you are able to do that. And
what if you try and fail? He'll literally say no?
He'll say no and walk away, bro. You've got to answer
Wow.
You've got to answer. I believe it's the 50 presidents, man. You've got to be able to name all 50 presidents, or he will not take a photo and he will not
like
sign
taking
an
a
autograph.
sobriety test or something. You got to say the alphabet backwards. Like what the fuck? I mean,
It's just
trying. You should get the. I mean, who's gonna? That's
or maybe it's 50 states where I got on the chat room. It's something where
there's been more than 50 or less than 50 presidents, right?
44 presidents. So maybe it's all 50 states. Is that what it is? Something like that. But that's
stupid. Probably political, because I remember he was trying to run for office of some kind not too long ago.
626 area code. We're not taking phone calls yet, my man. This dude was calling. Here's another thing, right?
I bet it's my buddy, the DVD guy.
626. Where's he from?
I don't know the area code, but no, he's from California.
I'll take it. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Matt. It's Moody.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
How you doing?
What's going on, buddy? Everybody listening, if you've ever seen the New Jack Hardcore DVD or 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler DVD, you're listening and talking to the man that created and released them both. How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good, So this is WrestleZone Radio?
This is not WrestleZone Radio. That's defunct. This is WZR Radio. Get with the program,
WZR.
brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Man. You call on the show, you don't even know the name. Your DVD sucked. Now I changed my mind.
You told me to call in. I didn't know what show it is. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I feel a little disrespected now. You should apologize to the Army because you said the name of the show wrong.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. But anyways,
what? Yeah?
Go ahead.
What's up? I got a little bit of news for you.
What's
and
that?
That's,
Let me hear it.
The New Jack. I got New Jack to. He's gonna host the next stunt DVD we're producing. So.
Is he really?
New Jack is gonna be. Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
You and New Jack are buddy. You know, Ryan, the host of the WZR Radio, the name of the show you're on. He's a big New Jack fan.
What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Moody? It's been a long time, bro, since I've talked to you. I know I used to post press releases and everything like that, bro. How you been?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing pretty good, man. How you been?
I've been good, man. You know, just doing the thing, working it up, posting the news, same shit, man. Nothing's changed over the years, you know.
Yeah, except wrestling is just it ain't what it used to be, but
no, it's not. No, it is not.
Yeah.
You got any new DVDs?
CM Punk,
you got
Austin Aries. I'm really pumped with Austin Aries being champ.
Yeah. You got any new DVDs coming up? Anything you're working on?
We got a mixed martial arts documentary coming out. It's called The Fight Game. Bunch of UFC fighters. It's a build-up to the UFC. I forget which show it was, man. It was the one with Matt Hughes and the Gracie fight. It was John Alessio fighting Diego Sanchez. I forget the number of the show, but
hey, that's the one. I think that was UFC 60, I believe, because we sponsored John Alessio for that fight against Diego Sanchez. MMAnews.com.
Yeah.
By the way, name drop, man. To brag yourself a little bit. Name some of the big names on the DVD, because I'm sure there's a ton of big names.
Dude, I mean, there's so many names. I mean, all I can say is that there's no Chuck Liddell, there's no Tito, there's no Randy Couture, but there's like everybody else that was around like 5 years ago. I shot the DVD, like you said, UFC 60, so it kind of has like a cool nostalgic feel to it. And I think that's something that like people miss in entertainment, is like a documentary that shows something from the past that was never released before. And I'm really excited about this project. We got John Leccio, Joe Stevenson, BJ Penn, every fighter that's in the UFC just about was in this documentary at the time. It was insane.
Yeah,
was like
I remember you used to travel around with Joe Riggs or something. But real quick, because we got to get moving on here. Sick.tv, SIKK.tv. What's going on over there?
We got all kinds of stuff going on. A lot of surprises coming up, and it's Josh Matthews' Backyard Wrestling Week right now. So Josh Matthews gave me a bunch of footage back in the day, and I put that up. It's amazing footage. Like, the quality of the wrestling, dude, it blows the stuff. It's like quality independent wrestling. It's that good. And when I say that, I mean these are guys with technique. They're doing chain wrestling, etc. It's not just like cookie cutter WWE style wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And
what's the New Jack clip? What's the New Jack clip you put on over there? Was that supposed to be controversial, right?
Yeah, we got New Jack stabbing the guy in the wrestling match, and the guy almost died. New Jack went to jail for that, and he almost went to prison. You
got it on video, and where can they find it?
It's Sick TV, SIKK.TV.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
all right, man. Thanks for the...
Matt, I got you a birthday gift.
Yes.
But I can't send it on an airplane. I can't fly out there with it, and I can't ship it in the mail, so you gotta come to LA to smoke it.
Oh, you want me to come to that fucking UFC in California?
October, man.
October? That's the Brandon Vera Shogun Fox fight?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll buy his tickets, and I'll buy you a plane ticket, too.
All right. We'll talk offline. Yeah. Off air. I'll see what's up. All right, man.
All right. Later, man.
All right, thanks for calling. Sick.tv, SIKK.tv. Michael Moody, everybody.
Yeah,
New Jack Hardcore.
Yeah, my man just said, all right, listen to this. He said that he's going to buy you a ticket to UFC. He's gonna buy your tickets, your airplane tickets, to go out there. He's also going to put you up in a hotel or stay with him. And he also said that he's got a birthday present for you that he can't mail. Right? You gotta
smoke.
You gotta come out to California to smoke it, is what he said, dude.
Yeah, I don't really like smoking weed.
And you treat him like shit, bro. You treat him like shit. Listen, for those that don't know.
No, I know that, dude. We're friends in real life. That's how I talk. You know how I talk.
No, I know.
He wouldn't shut up just now. Like I was trying to talk, and he would keep talking. And
he's a good guy, man. He's done a lot of DVDs, a lot of the press releases and things like that you guys have seen on the websites. I put them up. Boone's put them up. He's done DVDs with New Jack, top UFC fighters. It's a pretty big deal in the UFC world. I mean, Matt didn't really give him a proper introduction, but he is.
He's my buddy. It's hard to build him up. It just feels stupid. It'd be like if we were somewhere and I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, from WZROnline.com, the fucking leader of WZR Radio, the man himself, Ryan Clark. I would feel like a douchebag. I'd be like, yo, here's my buddy Ryan.
Right,
That's what
Moody's a good dude, man. You guys have probably seen a lot of the DVDs that he's produced if you watch DVDs. He's done a lot of good stuff.
Good shit.
Any of the New Jack stuff, DVDs regarding him, and a lot of ECW talents. He's a good guy, man. So we'll probably bring him back, man. Sick.tv is what he said, SIKK.tv. So check it out. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Let's finish up Monday Night Raw real quick, and then we'll take your live phone calls. We had Michael Cole defeated Jerry Lawler via disqualification, dude, and then we're going to talk about this, right? The general manager rings in, and he reverses the decision because of Booker T. Booker T got up out of the announce booth. They had Josh Matthews and Booker T come out. Booker T gets up, and he interferes in the match. Santino comes down.
What a good segue. He just said he had all that Josh Matthews backstage backstage footage that, because he's friends with Josh Matthews, and Matthews gave him all that footage. That's a nice little segue there.
Right? So they come out, man. Booker T gets involved in the match. So Santino comes out. The general manager rings in and reverses the decision due to Booker T's interference. So Santino comes out, and he said that he got a tip. He's looked everywhere in the backstage area, and he got a tip that the anonymous general manager, the only place that he could possibly be is under the ring. And automatically you're thinking, please God, not Hornswoggle. So Santino gets dragged under the ring, and then Booker T or somebody comes up, right? And they have like a tug of war type thing, right? And eventually it's revealed that the new the anonymous general manager this entire time is Hornswoggle, bro. Is Hornswoggle. Of all the story...
the build-up, all the fucking who could it be, and this and that, it's the same... You know what it is? It's the same exact thing as when they built up forever who is Vince McMahon's illegitimate son, and it turned out to be Hornswoggle. The same fucking reveal with the same build-up, and it's the same letdown. It's bullshit.
It was unbelievable, dude.
I could not believe it, and at the same time, it didn't surprise me one bit, if that makes sense.
Good Lord, dude. Fucking
And that goofy music and everything. By the way, if you want to see photos of Hornswoggle with his face shaved, check out WZROnline.com/photos.
What is Moody going to do now? He's sending me a
He's got a bunch of exclusive, he's been, like, unloading a lot of content, because he's got a lot of content that didn't make DVDs, with, like, interviews with wrestlers, shit like that, like New Jack stabbing a guy, Matthews Backyard Wrestling, interviews with wrestlers. He said he'll put a bunch of exclusive content on video and give it to you for free. You can own it.
All right. Well, tell him to send me the press releases too, and I'll put them up on the website. You know what I mean? We'll figure something out for him. So me and you will talk about that off air, because I know the deal behind that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, we'll talk.
There's no deal behind it. He's just trying to apologize. He felt bad about name dropping in the beginning there.
The you know here that you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. All right. Anyways, So, I mean, listen, you know why they did it, right? I mean, in 2 weeks, it's not going to matter anyways. We're going to have a permanent general manager, so they're not going to be going back to this whole anonymous general manager storyline anyways. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, I understand why they did it. That's not the problem. The issue I have is, after all that build-up, and not only that, but the logic behind it makes no sense. This is a dude that can't talk on WWE television. He's only talked once. I think it was backstage on a live SmackDown or something like that. And this is a dude that can't talk, but yet he can type on a computer and he can send emails, and it's just the logic behind it made absolutely no sense.
There
and
was
it's
no logic behind it.
I mean,
exactly.
who comes up with this, man? Is it the creative team, or is it Vince McMahon saying, "I want Hornswoggle as the amount"? It was just a way to kill off the storyline, but there were so many other ways. I mean, you didn't have to kill it off last night. First of all, you didn't have to kill it off. You could have played this up for another year if you wanted to, even though you have a permanent general manager in place. You could always bring back the anonymous general manager at some point down the line after the permanent general manager that's going to be taking the spot in 2 weeks goes away, or after they change that. You could bring it back, and it was just like...
Yeah, they didn't need to kill it off just because... Yeah, it was retarded.
You could have... Yeah, I mean, it was like they showed up in the afternoon yesterday, and they came up with this plan that, you know what, we're just going to kill this off, we're going to get rid of it, and that's the end of it, and we're going to reveal it, and it was Hornswoggle, but come on, man. Come on. And then, I mean, for the main event of Raw, we had that tag team match we talked about earlier. It was AJ and CM Punk. They defeated Daniel Bryan and Eve Torres. The match didn't start until almost 11 o'clock Eastern time, you know what I mean? So they didn't have much time. That was probably a good thing. Daniel Bryan refused to tag in, and AJ rolled up Eve for the pin, and then after it was over, Daniel Bryan suggested that AJ leave with him to go get married. Punk said he wouldn't lie. He got on the microphone, said he wouldn't lie, and for AJ's sake, he knew that it could cost him the match this Sunday at Money in the Bank, but he would say no, he's not going to marry her. And Daniel Bryan opened his arms up, told AJ to come home. She slapped him, she slapped CM Punk, and they left you with, I guess, a cliffhanger. It's just a horrible, horrible, horrible Monday Night Raw from last night. Brutal, bro. Brutal stuff.
Maybe the worst show, definitely the worst show of the year, and one of the worst shows in a long time, dare I say. And there's been some bad ones, so that's saying a lot.
Bro, it was a bad one.
Atrocious.
I put that up on the website today, my man.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's
I did.
the word.
That's the word, man. I actually put it on my Facebook last night, and I put it up on the websites today, man. Atrocious
That's
Monday
the
Night
perfect
Raw.
word to describe that show in one
Yeah,
word. Yeah,
it was
atrocious.
bad. What do we got in our chat room? Any questions from you guys? Here's one from AMC Boy. When is Wade Barrett due back? Soon, man. Real soon. We put an article up on the website. He should be back probably within the next month or so, I would say. One or 2 months. What else we got? Any other questions? Oh, you know what? I got a...
Rapid fire.
I got an email, right. What about The Miz? Miz just recently wrapped up filming a movie, and he's just waiting for a creative plan for him, WWE Creative. It's basically Creative has nothing for you right now. We do have 2 emails at feedback@WZROnline.com. Gary Ayers. A-Y-R-E, Aries? Is that it? Aries?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Gary Aries, he says, you put a post up a few weeks ago. What do you honestly think of the chances of a WrestleMania being held here in London, UK? Great show, guys. Gary. Listen, there's a big issue with WrestleMania in London due to the time difference, right? I think it's about 5 or 6 hours that you guys are on delay. So right now, it's 9:30 Eastern time here, but it's about 2:30 in the morning over there. And that causes a huge issue where if a WWE pay-per-view in the United States is supposed to start at 8 o'clock Eastern time, it wouldn't start over there until 1 a.m., and then you guys would be in Wembley Stadium or in an arena until 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's the issue. But to say it'll never happen, I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't rule it out. They've held SummerSlam, I believe, from London, right?
Yeah, Wembley Stadium. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
92, I want to say.
So
91, 92.
It's possible that it can be done, but there's a lot that goes into it. I would say, I mean, right now, probably 70-30 chance that it would happen. More likely not than for it to happen. So I will keep you updated, though. There's really no word on where future WrestleManias are going to be at this point. Here's another one from Kevin Espergezi. Hello, I'm a huge fan of your radio show and websites. Keep up the good work. My question is, I run a WWE 2012 Federation, which has weekly matches, feuds, title shots, etc. We all do
Remember
this.
those E-Feds back in the day, the E-Federations they would do?
I've got one on PWS forums, man, that they run over that. I'm never on my forums.
They still do
man.
those, huh?
Yeah, we all do this for fun for the WWE 2012 video game on PS3. My question is, we're thinking of doing a radio show weekly talking about the latest news in our Fed. I was wondering if you could tell me, what program do you use? That's your question, dude? Get out of here, man. We use Skype, man, to take phone calls, and then we use Adobe Flash. So that's what we use to produce the radio show. All right, here we go. A rapid fire segment. You guys can also call up, man. We'll split this up right now. The phone number to call is 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. We'll mix up rapid fire and live phone calls. Jesse Young, Money in the Bank match predictions. Let me go get a card, and we'll run it down for you guys, top to bottom. Here we go. The updated Money in the Bank card.
Well, the main event, we can start from the top and go down. The main event, CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, AJ Special Referee, WWE Championship. Who you got?
They could pull a swerve with CM Punk and have AJ CM Punk said at the end of Raw last night that he would say no for a marriage proposal. So they could do something like that. I know Kane's not really involved in this. He's in the WWE title Money in the Bank match. So I don't know, man. I would say CM. You know what? I would say this is a tough one. This is tough, man.
That's not for me. Punk retains. It's just a matter of what are they going to do with AJ. I don't know.
Yeah, Punk probably
There'll probably
retains.
be more post-match shit than during the match. How they have her decide to pin Daniel Bryan for Punk. Who knows? Who cares?
Or they do. Did they do
I think Punk leaves with the title.
Did they do a cliffhanger leading you into Raw? You know what I mean? They may do something
Probably.
with it.
Who the hell knows? Who cares?
For the World Heavyweight title, Money in the Bank match, Damian Sandow, Christian, Santino Marella, Tenzai, Tyson Kidd, Cody Rhodes, and Dolph Ziggler. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and
Ziggler.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to go on a limb and say?
No,
you're good.
I was going to say Tyson Kidd, but it makes way more sense to do Dolph Ziggler. Way more sense. Name the names
again?
Damian Sandow, no. Christian, probably not. Santino, no. Tenzai, possibility. They tried to make him look like a monster on Raw last night. Tyson Kidd, he's in for a big push. Cody Rhodes, possibility, right? And Dolph Ziggler. I'd say Ziggler.
So it's between Ziggler,
Rhodes, Tenzai, and Kidd.
Christian and Kidd.
Not Christian. I take Christian out of that. I'd say Ziggler. It's got to be Ziggler, bro.
Ziggler makes the most sense, but maybe Rhodes too. I don't know. Ziggler. I'll go with Ziggler.
Yeah, it's got to be Ziggler. You would hope.
You would hope so.
Right. WWE title Money in the Bank championship match, John Cena, Kane, Big Show, and Chris Jericho.
Championship match. You just confused me with that world champion. I was like, wait, Sheamus is the champion. He's not in that.
You're right. WWE Money in the Bank match with John Cena, Kane, Big Show, and Chris Jericho. Hopefully not Cena, but that's probably what's going to happen.
It's clearly going to be Cena.
Yeah, it'll be Cena. Cena wins all pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Dude, it's always Cena. The World Heavyweight title match, Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. I think they gave it to Del Rio, man. I think this is, we have a title change here.
I think they're going to keep the belt on Sheamus for a while. I'm going Sheamus.
Alrighty, no doubt. Back to rapid fire. Mike Duggan. Mike Duggan.
I say Duggan. I'm not sure. We debate it every week. I'm not sure. I say Duggan. Just like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Your thoughts on WWE signing Pac? For those that don't know or have never seen Pac, yeah, international star as well. For those that have never seen Pac, amazing in-ring talent. You know, it's like
amazing rapper too. You know.
Yeah.
Even his hologram gets fucking attention.
That's Tupac, brother.
Pac. Well, he smoked a lot of weed and he's PCX then. He's a little old, but he used to be a good worker.
Caller, you're live.
That was X-Pac?
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Yeah, first of all, I'd just like to give a shout-out to Matt Boone. Happy belated birthday.
Hey, thank you, brother.
No problem. And second, it's not really a question, more like a comment. I think a good storyline would be if AJ's being the special referee, that Daniel Bryan gets CM Punk in the yes lock, and right before he wants to tap out, he decides, yes, I will marry you, and AJ decides, okay, and then turn on Daniel Bryan. I don't think that will happen because CM Punk's better than that, but I think that could be a good twist. I don't know. What do you guys think?
He's got a good point, Boone.
It'd be a good play on the yes chant and everything. Yeah, I see that point.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, yeah.
It'd be better if they just had a double swerve and like they just had Punk and Bryan double team the shit out of AJ on pay-per-view.
Right.
And I don't mean by doing double suplexes, if you know what I'm saying.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey, my last name's Dugan.
Dugan, I was wrong. God damn it, Dugan.
See, I'm always saying Dugan, man.
You're right, you're right.
All right, no doubt. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I want to know is, what is the possibility that you think that Randy Orton will definitely come back as a heel?
Who?
Randy Orton.
Coming back as a heel, I think initially he's going to have to be a babyface just because they haven't seen him in a while, and he left as one. But
he wants to be a heel.
He's better as a heel, so yeah, hopefully they go there soon.
Yeah, no, he came out on Twitter and said he wanted to be a heel. So we'll see what happens when he returns. Callie, what's going on, man? Callie.
Well, he killed my point, but I was going to say, Callie must be the longest-running caller we've ever had, I think, because I remember him being way back in the day.
I think so. You're probably right.
He would always say, hey, Mr. Boone, and, always with the Mr., and he would ask one UFC question, one WWE question every time. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
What's going on? That's where I go.
Oh, right, yeah. Mother, everything's fine except for you're not getting dinner next time I see you in New York City, fucker. No, I'm playing.
Shit happens. I got two questions. One is, you posted something about
uncertainty for Ring of Honor's future. What's going on with that? And did you get the email last week I sent you with all the wrestling roundtables from YouTube? Because now you got to watch them, because now you have them.
I did not get the email that you sent. I don't have that. Send it again. Webmaster.
Right, I'll send him some of the DVDs first. You got to warm him into it. I don't think he would like the roundtable before seeing the DVD, because if you don't really know the history of wrestling very well, the older stuff, you can't really appreciate those roundtables. But the DVDs are meant to educate, so even if you don't know, it's entertaining. So try and give him some DVD links on YouTube.
And then as far as the Ring of Honor situation, all right, we put an article up. It was titled "Report Major Concern Over the Future of Ring of Honor." They canceled the July 27th and July 28th event in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I believe the other one was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That was due to very low ticket sales, and it's a market that they don't often run in. In addition to that, for the rest of 2012, they only have 6 events total, and we are only in July, a little more than halfway through the year, and there's only 6 events booked. In addition to that, they've been coming to New York City every 3 months, and they're not coming back to the Hammerstein Ballroom until December. And it's not that, the Hammerstein Ballroom, it's booked a lot of weekends, don't get me wrong, but there are open dates, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's interesting that they are not coming back until December. And a lot of people within that company feel, well, if they're not booking events, and Sinclair is apparently being, douchebags as far as money is concerned, they don't want to invest money in the TV show, they don't want to invest in better production, and that's some of the stuff that you need in order to grow. I mean, if you watch the ROH TV show on the weekends, we just got it here in Albany, it's great wrestling and it's great storylines, but the production value is just brutal, man.
Atrocious?
It's atrocious, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
before,
a lot of people are worried that there's only a very select few events left in 2012. Not only that, but shit, man, if Ring of Honor goes out of business, that's no more New York City trip for me. That's not
your whole
good.
fucking conventions with the Army are shot if that happens.
No, I don't.
Take another caller.
Yeah.
Don't take another caller yet. Which you can call in at 518-712-3070, by the way. I wanted to ask you one more question about the UFC from this past Saturday night. Tito Ortiz versus Forrest Griffin. A couple questions.
Let me ask you a question. All right, I think Forrest won the fight. I didn't see it. What happened with Forrest after the fight?
Okay, I thought Tito won the fight, personally, with the 2 knockdowns, and it was close. Just give it to the guy last fight. But no, I could see where you think Forrest won, too. It was razor close, so I'm not surprised. But after the fight, okay, as soon as the fight ended, before anything, as soon as the bell sounds, Forrest Griffin immediately, nobody's even in the cage yet. They're still the only 2 in there with the ref. The bell sounds, boom, fight's over. He immediately goes to the door. They open the door, he walks out, he starts running. Run, Forrest, run, like Forrest Gump. Running, which he's done before in the past when he's lost. And they haven't even found out if he lost or won yet. He just started running towards the back because he was disgusted with his performance. So he starts running to the back. Dana White gets fucking outraged. He gets out of his chair. He's running to the back now. He's chasing Forrest Griffin. Catches up with him, tells him, get your fucking ass back in there and be a fucking man.
He won the fight.
He
won.
He didn't know that at that point. But either way, he's like, you can't disrespect Tito in his final fight, blah, 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 this and that, and don't disrespect the fan. Get back in there, get the decision read, see who won, and then, then go. If you want to be upset with your performance, wait till you're fucking done and go in the back and be upset then. Then to top it off, he wins. They announce him the winner of his decision. Joe Rogan goes to interview Forrest first, because he's the winner, and then obviously he would have interviewed Tito next, because it was his last fight, retirement fight, and he made the Hall of Fame on Saturday as well. So he goes to interview Forrest. Forrest takes the mic from Joe Rogan and then pushes Rogan out of the way, and he starts interviewing Tito Ortiz as an interviewer. And robbed Tito Ortiz, because Tito Ortiz debuted with UFC at UFC 13, back in 97, I think. And so in his first ever interview that he did in the post-fight was with Joe Rogan. Before Joe Rogan was the announcer, he was just doing interviews back then. UFC 13, 1997. So it would have been a great capper to his career to have the same guy interview him in his last fight, Joe Rogan, And he was robbed of that moment because Forrest Griffin robbed the microphone and interviewed him himself. Not just one or two questions. The entire post-fight interview was Forrest Griffin interviewing Tito Ortiz.
But why didn't Tito say, "Yo, get the fuck out of my face"? Why did he go through with it? I know. I saw the post-fight presser, and Tito said it was bullshit. Blah 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 blah. By the way, that didn't start until 2:00 in the morning and didn't end until
later than that, buddy. It was almost 3 in the morning when it started. It was like 2:30, I want to say.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed. I mean, it ended at like 3:15 a.m. in the morning or something like that, dude. Yeah, it was crazy.
That was bullshit, man. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about the East Coast, obviously. They procrastinate like hell. But like I said, they got that Fuel show. They do the post show.
It's not for the fans, anyways, though, dude. It's for the media, and out there it's only 11 o'clock. You know what I mean?
No, it's for the fans too. They stream it on the internet so that everybody can watch.
Right, but the whole
they have it open to the public.
The whole point of the post-fight presser is so the media can go ask questions and get stories for the following day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, but anyways.
But anyway, so that's what happened there. You thought Forrest won? All right.
What about you guys in the chat room? Do you think Forrest or Tito won that fight? You guys can call us. You guys can call us too. It's 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Let's get back to rapid fire. Your thoughts on Money in the Bank card for Matthew Perez? We already ran that down. Frankie Lear, what the hell happened to WWP, Worldwide Wrestling Promotions? The hell is that?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hi, Ryan. It's Dino UK, mate. I was just ringing to say thanks for everything you've done for me. And also, ask you a question about UFC, if that's all right?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, and we know Tito Ortiz went to the Hall of Fame. If you had one fight to say that Tito Ortiz, that was the best he ever fought, what would his fight be?
It would be any of his fights with Ken Shamrock, because he looked dominant in all of them, and especially the first one. People thought Ken Shamrock was still, like, on that level, even though he wasn't. But his most impressive name would probably be Vanderlei Silva. He beat Vanderlei Silva back in Silva's, a little bit before his prime. And it was for the title. It was the first title fight he had. He won the belt. Oh, no, not his first title fight he won. He lost to Frank Shamrock. But, so he's had a bunch. But Ryan Bader was another big one. But as far as what he looked best in, Ken Shamrock fight.
Caller, you're live. Yeah, and I would say Ken Shamrock as well. You know what I mean? The Ken Shamrock fights, nobody ever forgets Tito and Ken Shamrock. And, the Forrest fights, there's been, what, 3 Forrest fights?
3, yeah. They had 3 Shamrock fights and 3 Forrest fights. They had 2 trilogies.
Right. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
What do you guys think about the TNA Direct TV thing?
It'll get resolved. And it always happens with, Time Warner had a deal with somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they got it resolved, and I think it was Time Warner and the Yes Network, right, with the Yankees, and we were going to lose, Yankee games. There's way too much money. Basically, they set a deadline, and if they don't get resolved, it's midnight tonight. If it doesn't get resolved, they'll take the Spike TV and other channels off air, but eventually they'll get this thing resolved, and you're not gonna. It won't be more than a week. I don't think. I mean, they don't. These things. There's way too much money to be lost. It'll get resolved. No worries, dude. No worries.
Follow-up question from caller. Hold on, here he is. Yes, so my name's Matt Boone. I wanted to ask Ryan Clark a question. What's going on with the TNA 3-hour thing? I heard something about TNA going 3 hours. Is that just pre-taped old shit, or are they going live for 3 hours every week?
No, it's old. It's going to be a recap show. It's just It's a 3-hour block, you know what I mean? Don't ever push them fucking buttons again either, dude.
I had to do it for effect. I was a caller.
Yeah, that was horrible, dude. That was ridiculous.
Fuck off.
Alright. Callie, what's up, man? Callie, bro. What's up?
Yeah. What's happening? Hey, first off, about the UFC, people's knees are unbelievable. Because I remember when Overbream or whatever did his knees, Lesnar took us out with just knees, or how Sylvia did a quick knee and he was out. Because I thought he had to match one when he won the first round. So he hit with one knee and he was out for the count pretty much after he got hit with that knee. That's just unbelievable when it comes to UFC and people's knees.
Well, you saw the replay of the knee, right? It was a legal shot. It was a flying knee to a downed opponent, but he hit him in the chest, so it wasn't illegal.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. But I'm just saying, they take people out. They hit them the right way. It takes people out. You know how to use your knee.
But then it didn't take them out either, because Chael got back up, and then when he threw the spinning back fist, he slipped and fell. Or no, that was after. And then Silva knocked him down with a punch. So it was a punch that really started everything.
You know, I was going to hang up on you when you did the whole thing where you called up live, dude. I was going to take you off the fucking Skype thing, dude, and make you call back.
I would have gladly taken an early night shit. Go ahead and hang up.
No, not an early night. You would have called back, dude, but you're a caller.
No, you don't be pressing buttons. So
no, that's that's the whole thing. Callers call up, right? They ask their question, and then you get them off the fucking line, dude. You hang up on them.
Okay, to continue that.
So I would have hung up on you.
I'd have been pissed, but it would have been fun.
All right, back to the rapid fire segment. Steve Williams, Matt and Ryan, or Ryan and Matt. When will we see Buggy and Sarah Del Rey to WWE TV? They're probably going to send them to FCW first. Sarah Del Rey definitely doesn't need FCW, but they send these guys there to get a better look, and then when WWE feels they're ready to be called up to the main roster, then they do so. So both of them are probably, especially Buggy, she's going to go to FCW. Sarah Del Rey, we'll see what happens. I mean, I love watching these guys or these girls on the indie scene, and then they're called up to WWE, and it's like, oh man, dude,
it's not Sarah Del who gives a shit. That's what it is.
No,
when they get to WWE.
Well, that's when they get to WWE, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knows who Sarah Del Rey is. I mean, the majority of the WWE fan base has no idea who Sarah Del Rey is. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I mean, these guys get called up, and then they work a different style in WWE, and it's just not the same from what you're used to, you know, watching on the indie scene. So we'll see what they do. And not only that, but Sarah Del Rey, she doesn't have the Barbie doll look that Kelly Kelly and Eve Torres and all the other divas in WWE have. You know, she doesn't have that Barbie doll look. So
how do you say Eve Torres, by the way? Let me hear it again.
Eve Torres.
Alright, you kind of said it right. So one more time.
Eve Torres.
Yeah, you do it. You do Eve Torres is how you're saying it. It's Eve Torres.
It's what the fuck? It's I don't know, bro. It's the way I talk. Is it the accent?
Yeah, I'm just pointing it out, motherfucker.
Is it no? Is it the accent? What the fuck is it?
I think it's just stupidity.
Well, I know the talk. Whenever I say talk, you guys say talk.
That's the accent. Yeah,
talk. It's like what the fuck is talk? Talk.
Yeah,
talk.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
Yeah. Anyways, Terry Donald, the entire Ryan Ennis, opinions of repackaging Tenzai as a Playboy kind of gimmick named hentai. Hentai is the Japanese name of a comic porn. What are you watching comic porn for, bro? Comic porn? Get the fuck out of here.
That Japanese anime porn shit.
Well, some people are into some weird stuff. Never.
There's a lot of people into a lot of weird things, absolutely.
A lot of weird sexual, absolutely, no doubt. Terry Dunn, the entire.
That was a weird voice you used to say that. I'm a little creeped out now.
No, yeah, I would get. I'm not gonna bring it up on air, bro. I'm not going there, bro. I'm not going there.
That's what you're doing right now, is not going there?
I'm not going there, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna bring this up, bro.
What are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? I'm not bringing it up. Nobody has any idea what we're talking about. They know we're talking about sexual things and weird sexual things. Weird sexual things, but they don't know exactly what weird sexual things we're talking about. Not between us.
Are you talking about yourself?
No, I'm talking about you. Something that I'm not going to bring up.
Yeah, so you're not being subtle. Jerk off.
I am being subtle because they still have no
because
idea.
You didn't describe what the
specific sexual thing that.
Now you got people wondering what I'm. Does he like getting shit on? What's that? It's like, come on, now, you didn't even need to go there.
We didn't, but we just did. So there we go.
You went there.
I went there.
I was talking about the caller's anime porn shit.
Jordan the Champ Pavo, Batista on the 1000th Raw. You know what? He's got a major announcement upcoming, and he said today.
Who?
What? Huh?
Who?
Batista.
Oh, okay.
On the 1000th Monday Night Raw, he
gonna be there?
I don't know, dude. He came out with a tweet today, and he said he's got a major announcement. And people were asking him, well, is the major announcement about the rap video? Is it about this, that, and the other thing? And he came out with a tweet today, and he said, no, he hasn't revealed it yet. And he said, you fans are going to fucking flip out when you hear what it is. Talking about fans. And if we're going to flip out, I wouldn't doubt it, man. Batista 1000th Raw? You know what? I wasn't thinking about that when the tweet came out earlier today. But you bring
I don't like it for one reason, because he's going to get lost in the he'll just be another guy returning. Save it for when it's a big deal, like, unless it's just a one-time thing. Then go ahead and, but if he's coming back, don't just have him come back along with 20 other people on a Raw. That's the fear I have with this Raw, with bringing so many people back. Whoever is actually staying as a return, which I don't know if anybody is at this point, but that's a lot of big names like that are going to get overshadowed by other, like a Batista return any other week would be huge, but when you got Rock, Brock, Foley, fucking, Charlie Sheen, whoever the hell else, DX, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's Batista too, cool. Like, it's not a big deal anymore singularly,
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Like Boone said, any other week Batista returns to WWE, and holy shit, man. But if you're going to bring everybody back on one night, it lessens the return value, you know what I mean, for these
Absolutely.
guys. So, Terry Donald wants to know about the entire DX for the 1000th Raw. On the commercial, they're only plugging Shawn Michaels and Triple H, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's a full DX reunion.
Hopefully,
right?
I want to see it.
Right. Yeah, it's not the same when it's just Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Well,
Come on.
Well, the other thing is there was two separate DXs. There was never a time where Shawn Michaels was a part of a DX with the New Age Outlaw. They tried recruiting him at one point, or teased that they would,
Right.
but they were never all in the same DX together, so it was a little weird in that sense.
Right. Sean Waltman says he hasn't been contacted. Road Dogg works for WWE in an agent-producer role. Billy Gunn claims that he's sober these days, so we'll see what happens. He also wants to know about a Too Cool reunion. I don't think so. But maybe.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares, right? Thomas Briggs, who would you like to see Slater squashed by next week in Las Vegas? Well, they're going to bring in another legend. Who that is? Who would I like to see? Who would you like to see come back and squash Slater?
Well, if he was still alive, Yokozuna could literally squash him. But
There you
I don't know. I was going to say before I forget it, though, continuing with how shitty Raw was and how much it sucked, even the fucking legend that returned for the Heath Slater segment was like, oh, who gives a shit? Bob Backlund. Like, everything sucked. But anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Everybody wants to see The Godfather.
That would be cool.
Right? And in Vegas,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He's got something going in Vegas, too, man. I know he lives out in
Or
in
Papa
that area.
Shango. Remember the pictures that came out not too long ago of him?
Yeah.
Because the Godfather was Papa Shango. But yeah.
Steve Blackman hinted that he's going to be coming in probably for the 1000th Monday Night Raw, so it could be him. They could, bump that up a week early. We'll have to wait and see, man. It'll be somebody though next week. Frankie Horan, 1000 Raw episode, Mean Street Posse. They were great. No, because Shane McMahon was involved in that. I don't think Shane's going to be back for the 1000th Monday Night Raw. Stephanie's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
But Shane, no. Terry.
Not so much.
Terry Donald, Goldberg next for Heath Slater. No, I don't think you're going to see Goldberg. Never say never, man, but I don't think you're going to see Goldberg.
That would be awesome, but what a waste it would be to have. Yeah, that would be a waste of a Goldberg return. Even if it was only a one-time return for Goldberg. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've ever talked about it on the air, but Goldberg expressed interest in coming back to work Brock Lesnar.
With Brock, right. But
Yeah.
I don't think he'd come back for anybody else. And not only that,
No.
but it would probably be Ryback.
Maybe The Rock.
Well, it would probably, if WWE wanted him to come back, they would do an angle probably with Ryback. And they're not going to have, they're pushing Ryback through the roof, right? So they're not going to have Goldberg come in and destroy this guy right in the middle. Goldberg's not going to be
Unless
there.
they want to fire Ryback for some reason. That
Right.
would be a cool way to do it. Like, here's the real guy, now get the fuck out of here, you
Right,
jobber
but
phony.
you're not going to bring Goldberg in to squash the guy that they're pushing. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. It would make no sense. They're pushing Ryback, and then to have Goldberg come in and end the undefeated streak, get out of here. That makes no sense.
It's
But
stupid, yeah.
Chase Kramer, Road Dogg, best of all time on the microphone. Who said that, man? Somebody said that last week.
Said what?
That the Road Dogg was the best of all time.
He was
on the
damn
mic.
good, very underrated, nowhere near. He's not even in the top 10 all time, though.
No, come on, bro. All time?
Now, if you're doing a top
No.
10 underrated talkers of all time list, I would put him in that list.
Billy-
Not top 10 talkers of all time, no way.
Yeah, Billy Gunn was the guy that said it, and that's probably why he's saying it. Come on, bro, they were a tag team.
His friend and his partner.
He's gonna put over his friend, you know what I mean? But
Plus,
he
it
can't.
puts himself over too, because he was part of that tag team. So.
Right, exactly. And come on, with Rock, Austin, Bobby Heenan, Roddy
Dusty
Piper.
Rhodes, Roddy
Yeah,
Piper. Come on, there's way too many to list. Yeah,
No, Road Dogg's
Heyman.
Road Dogg's not up there. He's up there, dude, but he's, like you said, I don't think he's even in the top 10.
I don't think he's in the top 20, quite frankly. Top 50, maybe.
Higher Youngbrink, do you expect a Dolph Ziggler title run this year? Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to win Money in the Bank, to be honest with you, this Sunday, and then I'll hold on to that briefcase and play up that gimmick.
Yeah, I think near the end of the year, Ziggler will be wearing some gold. I think so.
Yeah, no doubt. Nick Dodge, what do you think the problem is with DirecTV and Spike TV? It's listen, they'll get it.
Talked about that,
they'll get it resolved, guys. I'm telling you, this happens all the time in the cable business. It's two companies. One wants more money. The other doesn't want to pay that money. They get it resolved. They meet in the middle. It happens all the time. It'll be resolved.
Temporary.
If it's not resolved by midnight tonight, you may lose the channel for a week or two, but it won't be a long term. I promise you, they'll get that resolved. Anthony Muriel, should the WWE just have the WWE and world titles only? No, you need the IC title, and you need other titles. I mean, the tag team titles don't mean much these days, but I mean, every company, every pro wrestling company, you're gonna have a main title, then you're gonna have a tag team title, you're gonna have, a TV title or something like that. And guys that hold titles, they're over more, it gives them more of a name where this guy's a champion, you know what I mean? And if you're trying to build up stars.
Not so much as it used to be, but it still does mean more if you had a title, yeah, for sure.
Kevin Hamilton, after the Dish Network thing gets worked out, do you think it is possible for TNA to improve the ratings? It's tough, man. I mean, they're live now. Everybody said, go live, and you're going to draw better ratings. They went live. They gave you what you wanted, and the ratings aren't improving. And it's not because the product's bad. I mean, over the past month, TNA's been on fire. We talked about it earlier. So, it's tough. I mean, pro wrestling right now, to grow a company, it's tough these days. WWE's ratings are pretty much at all-time lows. And for a company, I mean,
what was Raw rating, by the way, this past
You know what? It drew a 3.2. I was shocked, bro. 3.2.
Against the Home Run Derby, and what were the hours?
That was up, and not only that, but the first hour was 3.1, and then it rose.
No.
What?
Was it?
The first...
I thought it was 2.9 was the first hour, and then it went to a 3.
No, the first hour was 3.1, and then the second hour went up to a 3.2, and it translated to a 3.2.
I heard 2.932. All right.
2.932 wouldn't translate to a 3.2 rating.
I know, but neither would 3.1 and 3.2, I don't think.
Yeah, it would, because the first hour was a 3.16, and the second hour was a 3.22, I think.
Well, then that's 3.232 if you round them up. 3.16.
If you round it out, it comes 3.2.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're
right.
And I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm right. Get out of here, dude. You're such a
I'm saying you're right and I'm wrong. I didn't realize.
James Minor, my birthday is today, Ryan and Boone. Is it okay? You can wish me a happy birthday. Turn 19. Happy birthday, brother.
What's his name?
James Minor.
Bring the fucking song back. Let's do it one more time. Come on.
We got it, dude. For James Minor, give it up for James Minor. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James Minor. Happy birthday to you. We make your birthday, brother?
Many more.
Did we make your birthday, buddy? He's 19 years old today. Give it up, everybody in the chat room. James Minor, happy birthday, brother. Michael Wolin, will TNA put the world title back on Bobby Roode? I think they're going to... You know what? We were talking about that. I was talking about it with my buddy Mark on here. And it's possible that the Air Race title reign will be short because eventually they're going to do Bobby Roode versus James Storm. That's planned for Bound for Glory. Now, whether they put the title back on Roode and make that a title match remains to be seen, or if Ares goes a different direction. I think they keep the title on Ares for the time being and maybe bring in a mystery guy, a surprise for Bound for Glory. Do something like that.
I like the idea. Sure.
Yeah, and then you would still have Bobby Roode versus James Storm at Bound for Glory, but it wouldn't be for a title. It would just be a singles match. Vincent Nugent, what are your thoughts on AJ Lee's referee status at Money in the Bank? Be a fair one or screwing somebody? She's gonna screw somebody, man.
Who?
AJ. Money in the
clearly
Bank.
She's screwing somebody. It's a matter of who. And clearly she's getting screwed by somebody high up in WWE to get all this TV time, by the way.
She's a hottie, man. She is a hottie.
She looks like a little kid, but she is hot as fuck, man.
Right?
I mean, her face, I want to fucking... it was going to be even for this show, I was going to say, I want to face fuck this shit out of her so bad, but yeah, that's pretty graphic, right?
That is pretty graphic, but who wouldn't want to face fuck her, you know what I'm saying?
Turn it into a cartoon. We could give it to that dude that likes the Japanese anime porn.
Rygal, right? The animated porn.
There you go.
Brady Askland, how pathetic is a 4-man Money in the Bank match? Pretty pathetic, man. Especially
pretty pathetic.
You got John
Especially
Cena.
considering who's in it. Yeah,
John
exactly.
Cena, Kane. Oh, man. It's horrible, man. Daniel Humphreys, bro. Listen, I don't have a YouTube account, all right? I got no YouTube account, so I don't know what you want me to connect. I mean, it's like every post. He's the archive guy, right? And he wants me to connect something. He wants me to connect a YouTube channel. I don't have a YouTube channel, bro. And I got a Twitter and I got a Facebook, but I don't have my own YouTube. When I uploaded that Ring of Honor video, it was on somebody else's account. So it was my sister's account for the YMoneyNews.com. So you gotta email me, bro. Webmaster@ProWrestlingSoups.com and detail it. Let me know exactly what you want, and then I'll hook you up, man. But I don't have a YouTube account. And then he says, has TNA signed any of the X Division guys that have appeared on TNA over the past couple weeks? They haven't signed any of them yet, but they're interested in a bunch of them. So we'll see what happens. It's probably going to wind up where they're going to be paid on a pay per appearance deal, where when they're used,
say that 5 times fast.
Right, when they're used, they'll fly them in and they'll pay them. A lot of the knockouts have a similar deal, where when they're used, they get paid. When they're not, they don't get paid. And I think that's what's going to happen with the X Division guys that you've seen in recent weeks. Jesse Young, will The Rock wrestle at SummerSlam? Not as of right now, no. Alexis Tyson, I know this is random, but do you think Stephanie McMahon GM, or will she ever wrestle again?
She's not will she be the GM? No. Will she ever wrestle again? No.
No.
Never say never, but I say no to both.
Could we see her on the 1000th edition of Monday Night Raw? I wouldn't doubt it. I think we'll see her back. Especially, she's been in the hype videos. You know what I mean? That they've been doing. Wow, it's past 10 o'clock already? Jesus.
Yes, it is.
Alright, 3 more. William Bagley, thoughts on WWE signing Sarah Del Rey. Talked about that earlier. It's good, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, she doesn't have the Barbie look. Mike Jung, WWE should buy ROH for the network. Oh, man. From an ROH mark, please don't buy that company, WWE. And the last one, Jonathan Liston, I was interested in the anonymous general manager as to who it was. Why did they choose Hornswoggle? Bro, we talked about that earlier. It's just basically to write it off, get rid of it. They're coming up with a permanent general manager in 2 weeks anyways, so you don't need that storyline anymore. So that's what it is. That's it, man. I said that's it, man.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of finishing the message. That's another one in the books. Tuesday night's done, as far as we're concerned.
Tuesday night's done. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. Hopefully traffic is back to normal. We had most of you guys here tonight. Those who didn't catch us, we'll have the archive up probably tomorrow. Daniel Humphreys does a great job. You can go to youtube.com/WZRarchive. Submit feedback, man, on my me and Boone go after the show goes off the air. We read your feedback, whether it's good, whether it's bad. I don't care. If we sucked, we sucked, man. Let us know. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR, facebook.com/WZR. That's it, man. Yeah, anything else?
More specifically, though, with the feedback, don't just tell us we suck. Tell us why. This way we know how to improve in the future. And if we were good, tell us why. That way we know what to do more of. You know what I'm saying? Let us know specifically what you liked and what you didn't like. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR.
There you go. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time, for Matt Boone.
That's me.
This is Ryan Clark.
That's him.
Saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com.